So Universal Studios finally dropped the trailer for the live action How to Train Your Dragon, which is an extremely beloved animated film series as well as book series. And when everybody saw this trailer, everyone was super excited because this is something a lot of people have grown up watching. And to see Hiccup and Toothless together on the big screen, but this time in live action, it's exciting. Even on the official YouTube channel, the upvotes are 354,000 likes to only 41,000 dislikes. And the reason why, unfortunately, it has so many dislikes is because of this right here. Now, believe it or not, this image is supposed to be of Astrid. For those that don't know who Astrid is, well, Astrid looks like this, and she is Hiccup's love interest. As you can see, there's some very blatant differences. My question to Universal Studios is, why would you go out of your way to make this live action film almost shot for shot like the animated movies and have characters like Toothless, like Stoic, like Hiccup look almost identical to the animated versions of them? But for Astrid, for whatever reason, you have her completely unrecognizable, and the only reason people knew that this was Astrid was because of some behind-the-scenes stuff that confirmed that this is Astrid. If you hadn't gone over to the IMDb page, you would never know that this girl is the one that they cast as Astrid, because again, they went out of their way to make every other character look exactly like the animated versions of themselves but her. Now, as a fan, I did an entire tweet thread going through the issues that I have with this. There's been a lot of people crying racism. Now, take in mind, I don't mention racism or race or skin color once in this thread, nor will I in this video aside to address this of people going and crying about racism, because that's not the issue here. The issue is what the studio is obviously doing, which is, a DEI Nepo casting. For those that don't know, Nico Parker is actually Thandie Newton's daughter. I didn't know that either because I had never seen anything that this girl had been in, because I think at this point she's only really been in Dumbo and a couple TV shows that I haven't seen. So I don't know if she's a good actress or not. And I don't necessarily have a problem with nepotism when it comes to, celebrities and athletes, because sometimes I think maybe, just maybe, considering they grew up with this, they're more inclined and they might have some of their parents' talents. And so I'm hoping for her sake the apple didn't fall too far from the tree, but you never know. I'd hope a studio that's spending millions upon millions of dollars on creating a film would just pick the best person for the part, as compared to, oh, I'm doing this person a favor by casting their child. But again, maybe the apple didn't fall too far from the tree. Maybe she's a fantastic actress like her mother is. But I won't know until I see this movie. But anyways, let's talk about what I have up here on the screen. So as you guys can see, this is a picture that we have of Miss Universe. Now, she has been breaking the internet because she is the first blonde hair, blue-eyed woman to win the Miss Universe contest in over 20 years. And she is from Denmark. What are the Danes known for? Oh yeah, Vikings, among other things. But I just thought that it was kind of ironic that we just had the Miss Universe contest. Miss Denmark won, a country, again, for the rich history of Vikings and all the lore that they have there. And this is what Miss Denmark looks like versus what Hollywood cast as a Viking girl. Again, who was traditionally designed as a blonde hair, blue-eyed character. And instead, they picked someone that looks exactly opposite of the animated character, unlike every other casting and makeup and costuming that they have shown for the film. And I even followed up by making this point about how actresses or actors don't always have to look exactly like the characters they're playing. That's why they have an entire hair and makeup and special effects department in Hollywood. You want to cast the best person for the role, and then you let other people do their jobs to make them look like the characters. So I made this chart just to further illustrate my point. So obviously Lily James isn't blonde or blue-eyed like Cinderella, and she doesn't dress like Cinderella, but oh my gosh, there's this thing called wigs. There's this thing called hair and makeup. There's this thing called costumes that will transform this woman to look like the character she's playing. Emilia Clarke doesn't look like Daenerys Targaryen from the books. She doesn't have white hair. She doesn't have violet eyes. And what did they do? Oh yeah, that's a magical thing called hair and makeup and costumes that make her look more like the character. And we have Karen, who, again, doesn't look anything like Nebula from Marvel. She is not a cyborg. She does not have blue skin. She does not have blacked out eyes. She does not have all of these cybernetic parts. That is where, again, hair and makeup and costuming and special effects come into play. Now, time for a quick commercial break. If you guys are enjoying my channel, my content, and seriously enjoying watching me lose brain cells, go and check out my brand new cosplay calendar that's live now on Indiegogo. It is pinned in the comment section. It is also linked in the description of this video. If you guys want to help and support the channel so that way I can continue to make awesome content that you guys are enjoying here on YouTube. Because the YouTube overlords hate me. They don't like anyone that, you know, speak their minds and have an opinion that goes against the grain. So they don't like me. So I have to do outside projects like this, and I have a lot of fun doing that, and you guys have enjoyed all the previous cosplay calendars that I've done in the past, so maybe take a minute and go and check this out. Thank you. Now let's get back to the woke insanity. Joe Butler, who is playing Stoic, he was also the voice actor for Stoic. He is not a Viking. He's Scottish. He is also not a ginger, but guess what? They put him in this magical thing called hair and makeup and a costume to make him look like the animated character that he voiced and that he's now playing in a live action film. They made him look like a cartoon character. And for some magical reason, they didn't feel the need to do it with the main female protagonist of the movie. Now, these are some fan edits that I found. Anyone can Google it. Just Google Nico Parker with blonde hair or Nico Parker Astrid, and you guys will be able to find these same images that I found. And again, these are just fans that are like, look at how easy it would be. Just put a blonde wig on her, maybe throw in some blue contacts or add in the special effects later, and give her the same hairstyle and costume as the character. It really wouldn't be that hard. And look, she's a really pretty girl. She doesn't look bad with blonde hair. It would, and again, when you have millions of dollars to, you know, throw around for these movies, like, you can have that. Like, again, look at Emilia Clarke as Daenerys Targaryen. They made that hair color for her work. They could very easily do it for Nico, but for whatever reason, they're not. They're going out of their way, it seems like, to make her look as unlike the character as possible. And it doesn't make any sense considering how much they went out of their way to do it for every other character except for her. It's extremely disrespectful. And honestly, I feel like it just puts a damper on the entire film, and it sets this poor girl up to be attacked by trolls on the internet because, you know, I see people, you know, complain. I've seen people, you know, point out certain things about this casting and the look of it, some of which are extremely valid. Others are, you know, just assholes being assholes. And then there's other people that are like, why do you care? It's an animated movie. It's like, well, you obviously cared enough to comment on somebody commenting on an animated movie. So, you know, you just set yourself up for failure right there. But like I said in this post, it's like, it's not her fault. She took a job. She's probably super excited to play Astrid, and she probably has absolutely no control over what the director or the studio want the hair and makeup department to look like. If I was her, I'd be fighting to look as much like the character as possible instead of, you know, this and what they're doing to her. Because frankly, if I was her, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, how come every other person in this movie gets to look like they're like the characters except for me? How come I get a different costume? How come I have to have a different hairstyle? Why can't I look like this animated character? Because from what I've seen seen and heard from, this actress is that she's really excited, which I understand. This is a big part. This is a big role. You get to be in a movie where you get to fight and, ride dragons. That's exciting. And she gets to be, the main female protagonist and the love interest. She has a very big role if they, are able to make a profit and to continue to make these films. This is a huge shot for her. And so why would the studio disrespect her in this way and set her up for this, ridicule that is going to come forth from fans online? Because again, it's absolutely insulting when you have this as your base character that everybody knows, and this is what the studio gives you, especially again, when they went out of their way to make every other character look exactly like the animated versions except for her. It doesn't make any sense. It's extremely disrespectful and disingenuous by the studio to do this, and I feel really bad for her because she's probably super excited. This is a huge shot, and I mean, girl got done dirty and it wasn't her fault. I know there's this thing in Hollywood now where they're trying to force DEI into everything, and so if you don't have a DEI type character or casting in your film, it can't get nominated for an Oscar or special awards, and it won't get certain types of funding. And honestly, that just puts like a huge limit on creativity, because now you can't go and cast the best person for the job. You can't go and, honor these source materials of these IPs that you're using to make your films, TV shows, movies, whatever. You have to change it to adhere to these new ridiculous rules, and it's bullshit in my opinion, but that's the way that Hollywood's going, and that's why they've been receiving so much backlash as of late. And again, it sucks for Nico. This is a huge part for her, and if they would have just done the simple thing of, the correct type of costume and hair and makeup to make her look like the character, they wouldn't be receiving as much backlash as I think that they are. But at some, part of me honestly believes that they kind of did this on purpose so people would be talking about the film. Which again sucks for her, but I wouldn't put it past them. But anyways, guys, that's my 2 cents on the situation so far. I'm sure we're going to get more and more as the days go on and the movie gets closer to release date. But guys, let me know what you think about all of this down below in the comment section. If you guys liked this video, please smash the like button. If you didn't, that's okay too. Thank you so much for watching this far through. And guys, if you haven't yet, please go and subscribe to my channel. Smash that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. Make sure that that bell is set to all. That way you actually get notifications when I post videos and when I do live streams. And guys, I am so close to 250,000 subscribers. That's 250,000. So please go and smash that subscribe button. Help me reach that goal. Also, guys, I am over on Rumble as well. So if you guys don't like the way that YouTube censors people, and me in particularly, go over and give me a follow on Rumble. It's absolutely free just to go click that follow button. Also, if you guys enjoy my live streams, they are all available over on Rumble. YouTube, for whatever reason, even though they have a live stream feature, if you're a creator that live streams on their platform, if you don't members only it or unlist it, they just erase tons and tons of subscribers from your channel, and they penalize you for doing live streams. It's like, YouTube, if you don't like live streams, why even bother with that feature? So if you guys want to go and check those out, they are available on Rumble, and all of the links for this is down below in the description of this video. And guys, once again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate all of the support that you guys have given me throughout the years. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And without further ado, guys, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and may the force be with you, because we are really, 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 really going to need it. Bye, everyone.